Okay, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Unique Speaks. Today I have Alexis.
Hello. Wait, I know we were just gonna jump on in. I was waiting for a rundown. All right then. Of course, I am Alexis Sherrill, licensed esthetician. Some know me by Esti, Lexii, waxing queen, catching everything on the in between from the front to the back, cause I just do it like that. I'm also a holistic care provider, which means that I offer alternatives to medication through like bee stings, herbal foot baths, different herbal remedies.
Okay. So, what got you into aesthetics?
I actually got into it. I was going to ULM, and my major was like psychology. I switched it like 7 times, and so I know that I was into makeup. So I was like, I know I want to be a makeup artist, but then I started selling Mary Kay, and I was into skincare. And so from there, I found out about aesthetics about 14 years ago. And so I learned that you can go to school for it. And then my goal was just to do like makeup and maybe like skincare.
Yeah.
But now I don't even do makeup anymore. So that's kind of how I got into it. I actually kind of stumbled into it.
That's crazy because, like, when I went to beauty school, like, I didn't know that because I went for cosmetology. And I thought I was going to be licensed for hair. And I started learning more. So it's like, I do everything but nails. Like, I know how to do nails. I just don't do them.
And see, it's like you go for one thing, but then when you get out and you take all these extra classes and you see all of this other stuff that's available.
Yeah.
And then you end up not even doing what you set out to do, which I'm kind of glad for.
Yeah.
Because majority of my business right now is waxing and skin and facials. But majority is waxing. And when I was in beauty school, I was like, we can skip over that part. I was like, we can skip over that part because I don't want to see anybody bottom. Like, that's not for me.
So where did you go to beauty school?
To Cloyd's.
Oh, okay.
I went to Cloyd's Beauty School on Ferran, right up the road.
Yeah, I went to the same one.
You went to Cloyd's?
Yeah.
Who was your teacher?
I had Sandy, Cassie, Miss Jones would come sometimes because she was at the West Room. She back now at that one.
Okay. Miss Tamika?
No, Miss Jones.
What's her first name?
What is her first name? Beulah.
Oh, wait. She wasn't there.
She real small.
Is she a black lady?
Yeah.
She wasn't there when I was there, but Sandy and Shelby was.
Oh, yeah, Shelby back now.
Shelby back.
Yeah.
She was good. Her, Sandy, and then bless Miss Deidre. You probably didn't get a chance to meet her. She passed a few years ago, but she was a sweet little lady.
Yeah, because I went and I finished in 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she passed before 2020.
Yeah. So I was trying to get in and out.
And it's crazy because when you actually go, like you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, and it's kind of different for like the cosmos, because like the estheticians and nail techs, y'all can like clock the 35 every week and it won't harm you. But it's like for the cosmos, since we gotta be there so long, we gotta make sure we land on the right mark to get each financial check from. Yeah, because it's like different. You gotta be within so many hours, but not over so many hours too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like a safe range. Like, it was crazy. So I was getting no, it was this one girl. She was getting so many hours, and they was telling her, like, slow down, because if you finish too early, you're not gonna make it to the last deadline for your last check. So I'm like, she should have kept coming, because she ended up breaking her arm and she was out for like 2 months and they sent her back. And I think it took like 2 years for her to finish or something.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And first of all, I didn't know they cut checks like the financial aid and stuff like that. Cause
yeah, it was kind of different because I went to college at first and I was used to the checks I made to come to my bank account versus them writing it out. And I was like, that made me really pay attention.
I feel like, do estheticians get a check? Because I don't remember.
I remember it, but it was like during COVID, and we was also getting like other checks, like hazardous checks and stuff like that.
Do they give it to y'all for like to buy your supplies?
It was personal, like we could just have it.
What?
Yeah, they gave us our supply. I guess they already took that out of our balance, so we got a bag of supplies. Like if we made it to like 6 weeks, I think, and then all the other checks was just us.
I didn't know they worked like that.
Yeah. I like, can't you finish like Esti in like 6 months?
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Because I started like a leap year. And I finished, I started in February and then I ended up finishing in August. But I was not going like I was supposed to. Like, I was skipping days and I was like, I don't feel like going to school. And plus, I was working too. I was working at Catfish King. Mm-hmm. And so I was working, and then when they asked me to come in for some shifts, honey, I was going in working, trying to make a little extra money. So, but if I would have went like I was supposed to and doing the full, 7 or 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Then on Saturdays, then I would have finished up a lot quicker than what I did. But it worked out good in the end.
So, like, what was your journey like? Like, once you got done with Cosmo School, like, did you jump like commission or buffering, or like just straight on your own?
When I finished, for a few months, I was looking for different places. So when I was in school, I was going around to, when it was getting close time for me to graduate, mm-hmm. I was going around to different medical spas and dermatologist offices in the area. So mm-hmm. I was like, I think this is what I want to do. So I was going and dropping off resumes to those. And everybody was like, you gotta have experience, looking for people with experience.
Yeah.
And so that's what you get mostly. You're looking for people with experience. And then I looked up on a place called Just Strings in the mall. It's a bra threading place. Mm. And so I started in there first, and it was actually commission and hourly. It was like $10 an hour, and then it was 15 to 20% commission. But by the time I finished, I had bumped up to about 12 to 13 hours. I was there for 2.5 years. And so by the time I departed from them, I was like $12 to $13 an hour, and I was at like 30% commission. So I was getting both.
Okay. And then, like, where you went after that?
After that, I opened my own on North 31st Street, my first little building. And now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of looked up on a lot of stuff. That building, it was actually not too far from here, and it was crazy because I had saved up a little money, and then I had an investor, and I had been looking for places to rent so that I can start working for my own on my own. But every place was so expensive. It was out of my budget of what I could afford, and what I didn't want to spend all of my investors' money on a building. And my clientele wasn't.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you get out, and even when you're working for a place, you have the people that be like, we'll follow you and stuff, but it's not like guaranteed.
Yeah.
And so I was working from home, and then but I had drove around this area before and didn't see any signs, and drove around and found a little sign that said that they were renting, and it was like 6 or 7 suites. It was a little building, but it had like 6 or 7 rooms on the inside of it, and he only charged me $500 a month.
That was good.
Yeah, and he went in, because you have to have hardwood floors. Mm-hmm. It was carpeted all throughout the building. He didn't charge me anything extra to go in and carpet the building. He even put me a sink in, because you have to have a sink.
Yeah.
And every year he would be like, I'm going to have to go up on your rent a little bit. And I was like, that's fine. And 4 years, and he never went up on the rent. It stayed $500 for all of that space. So,
yeah, that was good. So, how did you find the place that you're at now?
Look again. I told you, it's just been like a out here trusting God type thing.
Did they used to be a church?
It used to be first it used to be a nail shop. When I moved up here in 2009, I was going to ULM. I've been there a couple times to get my nails done. A sweet, cute little couple. And then someone told me before that it used to be an aquarium. And it was like, I remember the big fish tank that used to be in this little area, because some of how the building is, it's got like little dips and stuff. Like, you could tell they went in and kind of added stuff to it. But like, I guess the people who've been in Monroe forever was like, yeah, it used to have an upstairs, and this where this used to be at. So it was an aquarium, and then it went to a nail salon. And so when we were looking around for buildings, the buildings that I really wanted, I was like, I want a 2-story, I want an upstairs, I know I want a kitchen, I want a washer and dryer connection.
Yeah.
And the building that I was just so in love with, and I was like, I wanted it to be on a main road so you didn't have to drive down any streets or anything to see it. And the building that I was just so in love with, it was 2 of them, but one of them, it was like a medical around the Garden District, but you had to go, you know how those one-ways are?
Yeah.
You have to go down. So it was going against everything that I said I wanted. But because it was 2-story and it had like a kitchen, well, it had like a kitchenette where you can go in and put like a install for like a stove and stuff, because it had a refrigerator, but it didn't have an outlet for a stove. But I was like, we can go in and we can add this to it, and we can do this and do that. And my wife was like, this is not what you asked for. I was like, yes it is, it's 2-story. And it's got the kitchen, like I said. She was like, but you have to, she was like, it took me a while to find this, because if you pass it, not looking for it, then you had to go around another one-way or get back on the main street. And so it was crazy to get to it, but it had what I thought I wanted. And then the other building that I wanted was off of 18th Street, and it wasn't off of the main road either. You had to go off of Honor Street, I think it was, and they wanted like $300,000 for it. And I was like, that's out of my range.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's a medical office, and remember I told you when I got out of school, I wanted to work in a medical setting.
Yeah.
And so the people would not budge. They was like, this is the price. And it was like a collective of doctors, I guess, that owned it. And they were like, this is the price. My realtor was like, this is the price, and they don't want to budge on it. Or if they do, they can only take off like $10,000 to $15,000. And I was like, well, this one is out. And so the place that I'm at now it had been like for sale by owner. What is it? How they do the lease to own places? Oh. It was like that, and I had been seeing it like that. It actually been available for years. Yeah. And so I just told I switched realtors at this time, and I was like, can we go see this? And she was like, yeah, sure. As soon as we walked in, it was crazy. Like, it looked a mess. And my wife was like, so as the realtor walked off and was like, I'm going to go cut the lights on, she turned to me and she was like, no, it's a no. She was like, we was like going back and forth. She was like, it's a no. I was like, we ain't even seen it yet. And she was like, it's like, just going to be too much work, too much money. I was like, just let us see it. And when the realtor came back, we was like real quiet. And so when she showed us around, I just seen a vision for it. Like,
yeah, everybody don't see a vision for what you see.
Before, like, soon as I walked in, like, the space that we walked into, it was like, I saw it. And the more we started walking around, the more she was side-eyeing me, like.
So, when she say, like, it looked a mess, like, was the walls, like, gutted? Or, like, did it look like one of those? Because, you know, when you go on Zillow, the outside is looking so nice, then you flip them pictures.
They was like, it was like stuff was rigged up. It was really a fire hazard. It was really a fire hazard. Like, in one of the bathrooms, all of the plumbing was on the outside. And, like, seriously, all of the plumbing, and, you know, is it a bidet or?
Yeah, where, like, when you get done, if water come up?
Yeah, but they had made their own. Because I'm telling you, it was a mess. Like, the pipes was on the outside of the wall. And then it looked like it was like a sink, where you can spray the dishes to the attachment, but they had it some kind of way coming off the side of the toilet, but all the pipes was on the outside, and they had it where you can spray yourself, and it was a mess. And then they had like a shower room, which I had to go in and totally gut out, but it was hard. Like, we actually had to go in and rip out the shower. All the electricity and stuff in the front was like on the outside of the wall, like metal prongs and stuff. All the electricity was on the outside of the like.
So how much did you pay for the building and how much you had to put in to fix it?
So they wanted $130 for the building, and after looking at everything, I was like, I don't think it's worth $130. And so I told my realtor, I said, I offered him $99, and she was like, what? I said, I offered him $99, and she was like, okay. So she said a few hours later she came back and she was like, they said yeah. I was like, what?
I mean, it's been there for years,
and they were ready to go. And later I found out that they had a daughter who passed away on the inside, which I didn't know. And customers actually told me, they was like, yeah, you know, their daughter passed away on the inside of the building. I was like, no, I didn't know that.
Like how?
Like, she committed suicide.
They're supposed to tell that. That's illegal.
I guess it was like one of them don't ask, don't tell. So
that would have made it way cheaper. You probably could have paid $50.
Do you hear me? So by the time I had bought it, I had to went in with my oil and stuff and write my little Bible verses on the inside of the wall and stuff. Cause now I'm scared. But then I was like, I don't know. This was after I had done bought the building and people found out where I was getting. It was like, you bought that building, like, you know that. I was like, I didn't. And then once everybody started telling me, and I'm like, yeah, I heard. Like, it's okay. But at this time, I had bought the building, so it ain't like I can go back on it or give it back. We done signed the paperwork and everything.
I wonder, did she, was that when, like, they stopped, like, they closed?
Yeah, but it was like after that is when they started, I guess, taking people by appointment or only taking their regular people because they had actually moved inside the building. So they sold their house and they lived, which the place is big enough to live inside. It was like 5,400 square feet when I got it. It's a little over there now because I finished up the top area, the second floor, and then we added the outside patio to it. So it was plenty of space for them to live in. But they have family in New Orleans, so they were ready to just, and they left everything in there. Like, they had all of their pedicure chairs and their tables and stuff. They were like, you can have it. If you don't want it, just toss it out.
Yeah.
And so they left everything in there, which I kept it for a year. And then after I had made a profit off of it, then I upgraded and gave those away. But they were working pretty good and everything. I just wanted a little upgrade.
I wish I would have done. I wanted a pedicure thingy.
It was 3 of them. And I was calling around. I was asking. People were like, we want them. And I was like, okay. And they were taking days to come and get them. And I was waiting on my new ones to come in. And so I was still working in the building when the new ones got put in, and they were just taking up space. So I just set them outside, and I just wrote notes on there. Just take whatever you like. It's okay. And then over the days, people just started coming and collecting them. But they were pretty good chairs.
Yeah.
But I bought the building for $99, and then the bank that I used actually gave me $50,000 to go in and fix it up.
Okay. So that's nice. So what all do you have on the inside?
On the inside, like services or
services, decoration project.
We went in. I told you we went in and gutted the shower out, and so I went in and put like marble slab, and then I did like a rock type floor thing.
Okay.
On the inside of it, you have to come take a look at it, and I'm gonna have to show you my before. I'm gonna have to send you my before and afters. Like, I did a walkthrough of the building before, and then I did to be able to compare the two. It doesn't even like look like the same building. And I went in. When you first walk through the front area that they use with their pedicure chairs and their the nail tables and stuff, I went in and blocked that little area off because it was just like one big space. And so I went in and blocked it off and made actually 3 rooms out of it. And one of them is like a a workout space with my saunas and workout equipment. Another one is like our Yoni Steam O2 bar. And then another room is where the actual pedicure chairs and stuff is. And then it's like a little space with like the sink, and then it leads into the hallway. The hallway was like an open space that led into the kitchen area. And I went in and walled it off and made 2 extra rooms out of it. Like the space was big where you could just go and put up walls. And I had to redo all the electrical work. When the people came in, they were like, it was like, was this like this already? Like, who did this? Like, was this passing the fire marshal code and stuff? And I was like, they must have been friends with the fire marshal or something, because he was like, my electrician was like, this stuff don't look legal. He was like, this stuff is not legal to, you know, to just have it out and stuff like this. So we had to go in and put the electrical work on the inside of the walls. So we have a massage room. We have about 4 different treatment rooms, because we have 3 upstairs with an open space, and then my massage room, my esthetician room on the bottom floor, and then the room that I work out of. And then we have a lounge area, a waiting room, and then the kitchen area with an actual sink, and an actual stove. With everything it was basically everything that I wanted. It had a washroom and everything, and it's 2 bathrooms, which is a plus. So
how did you go about building your clientele to get to the point you're at now?
People and stuff, I would be out. I'm not one to just spark a conversation, but I kind of had to get out of that, because one of my when I actually got my mentor, she taught us like how to make our own flyers and to actually go out into the stores and pass them out. Well, it requires like talking to people. And so I started getting into the habit of just walking up to like random women and just giving out gift cards. Like, hey beautiful, hey queen, you should come and see me. You deserve a spa day. And then a few of them I was giving out like free spa days, like free facials, free foot baths, free brow threading, free brow waxing, or half off a Brazilian. And so that's kind of how and then I put a time limit on it. Like, they would have like maybe 3 to 5 days to come and use it.
Okay, that's good. Because when I first opened up here, I didn't expect it, but I got a phone, the vintage phone at the front. It actually worked. So I would get on live, and I did like first caller, you know, you get something.
Yeah.
And then this one person, she was like, you know, I tried calling, but yeah, the other person made it through. So I just gave her something. I don't even remember. So I opened up here in September, and she asked me like in January, like, can she cash in? I don't even remember what I said you can get. You don't even remember what I
She didn't know that she could get something.
Like, she was like, oh, I didn't know that it expired. And I'm like, it's been like 6-7 months.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's not, you gotta come and act on. That's why I started putting a time frame on stuff.
Me too.
Because I would pass stuff out, and I still be getting like old stuff. It was some stuff even say, because my first place was called Essential Beauty, and so some people would still have stuff from there, and I would be like, you know how long you had to be hanging on to this? Because like my business name has changed like twice since Essential Beauty. Yeah. So I'm like, I still honor it, but it just won't, and because I've upgraded my services and stuff, it just won't be, it's still gonna be good, but it's just a little different than what you initially.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, definitely need to put expiration dates on these things.
Yes, like, rush on it to come and get it, come and use it. Even when I do my promos now, like if I do like my 2 Brazilian, my spring wax pads, or any kind of facial, I always put like a limit on there, because people will buy it, and like now they come and use it in like December. And like some of my products are like seasonal, so if I do like a seasonal watermelon scrub, you can't get it in December, because they're not doing that anymore. They're not offering that product anymore. So
yeah, that's crazy. So you ever thought about doing hair?
No, that is not my that is not my ministry. But the crazy thing is, I used to do hair in like high school and stuff. Like I would braid up my sister's hair, or like my cousins and stuff, we weave like like actual braids. I even helped one of my neighbors do her some micro braids. But now I can't say let's do. But I knew that's not what I wanted to do. Me and hair. It's just not my. I know it's my man. I wanted boys for this reason because I was like, I don't do hair.
I was just gonna say you have two girls.
I have 2 girls, and their hair be like either this or their other mom does it, or I put it in like the 2 puffs, or something really easy, or they go and get it done. Hair is not my ministry.
I did the oldest one's hair before.
Camry. That's what Monica was telling me. I was like, she was like, what are you doing? I was like, remember I told you I'm going to do the podcast with Miss Crystal? And she was like, who's Miss Crystal? I was like, you did techniques. And she was like, I think she did Camry silk press before. I was like, I didn't know. I said, that's a shame. I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah, I know that name. I was like, okay.
It's funny because I was looking on my MacBook like trying, because I have so many videos and I still got the video when I did
You did her hair?
Yeah. That was too funny.
Sometimes, and most of the time she books like their hair appointments and stuff. And so either I pick them up or drop them off, or she just let me know they're going to get their hair done today. Yeah, hair, anything that's hair is not my ministry.
So how did y'all go about getting those 2 blessings?
Someone actually carried for us.
Oh, so y'all like paid?
Kind of. Kind of, sort of.
That's crazy. That's a career.
Yep. But it was a family member, but she wants to remain. But I am thankful.
Yeah.
For them, and they are super amazing.
So like, how does that work? Like they get like both of your eggs and then put them with the donor and then put them in the person?
Just one.
Oh.
Just one person's.
Okay. Let's see. I never thought about like something like that. I can't imagine. I be watching all the videos that be popping up on my timeline. I be scared. Like it really stretched that big. Like
listen, being in the room and like to see it like.
Oh my goodness. And then a lot of people say like they get torn from their B to their A. And I believe like it's like a tiny little gap in between. I'm not grown enough to have a baby.
You seen the actual video where they actually push them like when they open, when it expands?
Yes. It made me scared. I would keep taking these periods once a month.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Rather than doing it. I don't know. Maybe because I'm used to the period. Because some people, they have babies and they just like, yeah, I have another one. I have another one.
Some people do. And first of all, kids are expensive. So, I don't know. I'm not going to count anybody's pockets, but I know kids are expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm just not talking, I'm talking like the necessities are too, but even like the, sometimes the extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
So.
Then sometimes I kind of think it's like more so the parents sometimes, because then it's like, you know, you love your child, you're like, oh my gosh, that'd be cute in that. Or like, that'd be good if they do that.
It do, yes. It do. And then like when you see like, and then let me tell you, these people that be making these custom designs and these custom blazers.
Yeah.
This one, I think it's Vintage Boutique or Vintage 86. She had me in a chokehold at one point with these, with these custom made blazers with the alphabets and stuff on there, and then with the lapels, and then she did like the custom made dresses and stuff. I had to get off of her website. Like I was like, I know she don't need this, but it's just too cute not to pass up. And plus she has like her own like lipstick line, so I was trying to justify like this could be like business attire, and I can kind of write it off. But my accountants was like, can she wear that like every day or other places other than work? And I was like, maybe. They was like, well then it's not a write-off. It's like, okay, tell me something.
This is crazy, because it do be cute when they be dressing them up for like school. Like, I don't know. If I have a girl, like, I'm gonna file bankruptcy.
And And I'm like, meanwhile, I was walking around in like some kids and a regular little Dickies pants and Walmart shirt.
Yeah, I do want it. Like, I was trying to get like a uniform together for like up here. This one company, they sent me like some scrubs, and I really like them. But I don't know how to navigate the site because she's in Brazil. So I just hope she sent me another free scrub.
What's the name of the company?
Valued by DMV. Like,
Okay.
I really like the scrubs. It's like a zip up top, and it like covers up the zipper. It's really comfortable. It got a lot of pockets.
Noel Asmar, I think that's the name.
Mhm.
They have some scrub. When you said they zip up like the zipper and stuff, I thought about them because I have a few. And matter of fact, I don't even know where they at. That's so bad to say. I don't know where they're at, but they have some that kind of remind me of what you were saying with the zipper, and it comes with like the different zipper compartments on the side and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one little thing is like $80 to $90 unless you catch it on sale for like $30 to $40.
I think if I did the calculator right, I think hers is like $40-$50
That's darn
for the pants and the top.
Well, the pants and the top.
Yes.
I'm gonna need that information before I leave, because we've been going to the medical supply store, and I didn't realize that scrubs come in like all like athletic gear, like jogging, like you can look like joggers and stuff and be a scrub.
I got some of them.
They so comfortable.
Yeah, and I really like the ones that like zip up because like sometimes I do wear like my real hair and it's like in an afro and like putting it over there. Or it's like sometimes like if I got on makeup, I just like the zip up. Yeah, I like that part.
You can just step into it.
It is this other company. They're in Brazil, but they don't ship to the U.S. They hurt my feelings. But but they're really cute. Like, their scrubs don't really look like scrubs. Like, you could like leave from, you know, doing your spa stuff and then like go out to eat in them. That's how good they do them.
They would be good and then not ship. Be the ones to not ship them and stuff.
I'm gonna have to find their page because I was like, this is too cute. They style them up and everything. I didn't think they were scrubs at first. They also, you know, like doctors have like the little lab coats. They remix the lab coats, and they're so cute.
And it's the company that don't ship.
Yeah.
Like, what y'all doing? Just selling to people in Brazil? Like,
that's crazy.
That is. I need to get, what is it? DHL. What's the other little the carrier that do overseas? I need to get a little contract with them so they can start shipping. Especially with the lab jackets. I have one, but it's just like your standard little lab jacket. I had it when I was doing, what was I doing? Why did I get that? I'm like, was that for massage therapy school we had?
So what's the craziest thing that has happened to you at work?
Oh my gosh. So many different things happen, Lord.
Top 3, go.
Oh my God. Recently, she gonna get, I seen her today. Recently, someone called me a dirty dog. But she was joking. She was joking when I pulled the strip. She was just like, you dirty dog. And I didn't hear her, and then a few minutes later, she was like, I'm so sorry. A dirty dog. I was like, you called me a dirty dog? She was like, I did. Someone clamped my arm in. Their legs.
What the
Like when I got ready to pull the stripper, she was just like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay, but can I have my arm back? She was like, give me a second. But like those are the only two like off top that was like, that's just like sticking out.
That's funny. Okay. So, one pro, one con of being a business owner.
Oh my God. Basically it's the same. Making my own hours. Cause you know everybody's like, oh, you can make your own hours and work your own schedule, but at the same time, if you don't work those hours, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So to me it's like, It's a pro and a con. I like that I can make my own hours and I can, make my own vacation time. But at the same time, even though I have like a team, but it's still like I know the income that could be coming in if I was there working it too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like a pro and a con all in one. Like you make your own hours, but if you don't work those hours that you don't make, you don't make the money for it.
Yeah, that's why I want to be like stay organized and have. That's why I want a uniform. Just make me just like, yeah, I'm doing something with my life. Cause I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just getting up, coming in. So, do you have any other things that you do outside of like esthetician stuff?
I do. Well, it's still kind of esthetician stuff though. We do contracts with different companies and stuff where we go up and set up like a wellness bar in different locations and different businesses and stuff.
So what's that?
Like we go in if you want to do like your team a wellness day or you want to do like your clients a wellness day, we'll come in and set up like our oxygen bar, or we'll come up and set up like chair massages, or depending on what you need, or we'll set up like a tea bar, or I still do TLC, total life changes, so I'll come in and do them either some detox teas or we'll make them some vitamin cocktails.
So how do you like balance it all? Because I do this stuff like the hair, waxes, facial lashes, etc. But I'm kind of getting into like photography. I like that. Like I take, cause I've been taking my own business pictures because like I don't like all these rules that these photographers be having. And then it's like I don't understand. Most of them is like business shoot, $800, but it's an hour, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I got a camera and I just bought like an editing software and I be doing it. And people see the pictures that I was taking for my business, so they started asking me, can you do mine? And I did, and I liked it. I did a job. And I do like websites and like flyers and stuff like that. So how do you like either like mesh it together or like just completely throw something away?
Oh, no, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
No. Because I also do like marketing classes. I actually had a marketing class today, but I was so glad this morning when I got up, I had seen her message that she had to reschedule it. I didn't say I thank God, but I thank God because I haven't had an off day. But like on my off days and stuff is when I do like my one-on-one private marketing classes, or I would get up early a little bit before it's time for me to start stirring to my let me not say my real job.
The one that makes me the money.
Yeah. But I would get up and do like little one-on-one calls and stuff with some of my mentees, or help them out before I get started, or it would be after, if they don't mind, a little later after I get off work. So I just kind of manage the time that I can do it, like the time slots. Like I had started going into work at 10 o'clock. And that way I would have, like, when I drop my girls off at school for like 7:45, I'll have that between 8 and 9:30 to kind of, get a few things done, or talk to some of my mentors and my mentees. So I just kind of wiggle in time here and there.
So like you got a mentor program?
Oh Lord, I kind of do, but I don't. I'm trying a few things out right now. Really, if people have questions, they just pay for a few hours and we just go over like strategy, content, or content creation, or they'll ask like what would be a good thing to do. We just come up with like different marketing plans and different marketing scenarios, and then we go in and break down the numbers of how to get them to their goal, and then how to actually reach their target audience and how they should be speaking and talking to them.
Okay. So how did you go about like getting published in like a magazine? Were you in a magazine?
I was in Six Figures. I was in a spa magazine with a 6-figure spa chick, and then I think that's the only publication. that I've been in.
So they reached out to you, or you reached out to them?
Well, I was in her mentor program, and so
that's her magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So it's for Black Spa members.
Okay.
Yep. That's really good what she did, because there was a time in the industry where we were overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they have like no shade or anything towards like Dermascope or Skin Ink, but we just weren't being on the forefront of it.
Yeah.
And so our people in the industry weren't taking us seriously as Black spa professionals. And so she came up with the Spa Boss Tribe for Black spa professionals. And so she kind of gave us a platform.
Okay. That's good. So do you like collaborate with other Estes that's like outside of the state?
I do. I have a couple of esthetician friends that I met from like retreats and stuff that I went to. And we partnered and done like different little things.
Okay. So I want to make more like business friends that do like what I do. So how do you go about like meeting them that's like far away?
Spa groups, like the Spa Boss Tribe has a group, but then like there are others. There's a Black Spa Professional group. Depending on what products and stuff you use, they have like their own little groups and stuff too. And so that's kind of how I met like a lot of my Esti besties. And like we've been knowing each other, and it's crazy because like when we actually meet up and stuff, it's just like we've been knowing each other for like so long. You would think that we just met before, but because we talk so much online and stuff, and then some of us, how you click with certain people, and then you create your own little private chats and groups and stuff with like-minded people. So
I don't think it's like nothing like that with like hairstylists or something.
They don't have a hairstylist group?
I don't think it is. Well, of course, like the little Facebook groups, but there'd be people trying to find people to do their hair. But I have to look to see if it's like black.
Like what brands?
Maybe natural hairstyle. I definitely feel like that for sure. But as far as like, but it's kind of hard though. Like sometimes you just gotta find the right people. Cause some people they do kind of look at it as like competition.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's like we all don't have the same. Everybody finish line not the same.
It's not, and everybody clientele isn't the same.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want to do clients forever. So like that might be your finish line, but that's not what I see in mine. Like I don't want to be like 40 doing nobody hair. Like I'm gonna be so mad. Like if it's not my grandchild, like I do not want to be. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the shop. I got this 2:00 appointment. Cause like working with the public, I'm just already knowing. When I get old, I'm gonna be so cranky. I don't even see how Miss Jones still does hair, and she's like ancient. So I don't want to do hair. Like no, I can't. Can you imagine? Okay, imagine you and Monica both still working, 70 years old, giving people massages, waxing people's bottoms,
sagging, and Lord, I take that back. I'm not, because we was just talking about the power of the tongue and what you speak. I'm not gonna be sagging. I'm gonna be snatched. At 70 on somebody's beach. Like
Angela Bassett.
Yes.
I want to age like one of them.
Yes. I'm going to age like fine wine.
Yeah.
And be snatched on the beach. And laid out. Somebody's grandma.
Just imagine it. Like a 75-year-old esthetician waxing coochie. Like just...
But somewhere out there, somewhere. Somebody
they're gonna be waxing. No offense to like the old estheticians, but retire. That's crazy.
But that's the thing, to talk about it now so we can come up with like a game plan to, like retirement. Because they weren't talking about that back then for like retirement and stuff for estheticians. Because a lot of estheticians and a lot of people were working like two jobs, like doing aesthetics and something else on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So now a lot of us are just doing aesthetics, but there's different things in place for us now. Like Square has it where you can do a 401k, can start a 401k and stuff now. There's so many different things that we can kind of put into place so that as we go, we can have something to fall back on and retire.
Yeah, because it's like this. I think the U.S. has like the oldest retirement age. And it's like people don't know, or either like they just accept, oh, they just went up. Like it's no longer 60, it's 65. I really don't know what it is. But they say it go up. I'm be retired for it. But they say it go up like by 5 years, like every so often.
And they can't even enjoy it.
Like, I'm just going to be paying for my retirement home at that point. But in another country, I forgot where it was. Girl, it's way lower than ours, but they went up by 1 year. And they rioted.
They rioted?
They rioted. Like, a lot of things when they change over there, like, they real, like, protest. Like
the retirement age is probably 40, and I was just like 65 and got over there rioting for 1 year.
Probably they like, oh, we don't. And then it's like, but you know, like in other countries, you know, here you start working at 16, 18. They've been working since they was like 12 or something. They've been waiting on that day.
Well, I can understand it.
Yeah, they've been waiting on that day. Not I've been working literally all my life.
But on another, I'm kind of biased because like hearing my grandfather and them stories and stuff, like how long they been working.
Yeah.
And like some of them didn't even get a chance to finish and go to school because they was working. Mm-hmm. And they still working.
Yeah.
And like,
I feel like the U.S. just needs to stand up a little bit more because we don't even pay attention. We probably do, but we don't really do nothing when the retirement age goes up.
We just accept it.
Because I would be so mad. Like, imagine I've been working at this plant for like 60 years. I made it to my mark. And, oh, who is the president? I was saying this the other day. Like, he ain't saying nothing. No meetings. He ain't kissing no babies.
I just seen him on, for Pride at the White House. Was this before or after he fell down? He was somewhere and he had been outside. But he is like so old. What is his name? Oh my God.
Joe? Is it Joe?
Joe Biden and Kamala.
What was he saying? Oh yeah, I would be so mad. Working 60 years and Joe like, oh yeah, retirement age is not 60 anymore, it's 62. I would be on their lawn.
It's like, Joe, just because you want to run the country at 80, because he look like he about 80.
That's so crazy. Then it's like, you remember they brushed that up under the rug? January, was it January 2022? You remember that? They stormed the White House.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what did they... I'm trying to think of like what they bring. You didn't really hear anything like a big fuss or anything over it, except that one token black guy that got arrested. Did you see that he was the only one that got sentenced that actually got convicted of something, but everybody else kind of like got off on it?
I didn't even know it was black people like in it. He must be trying to fit in. Like, cause I didn't hear nothing after February 14th. Like, it was like.
It was everything like they came up with something new.
Every month it was something crazy. Somebody started a calendar like by April. It was like, all right, y'all, I'm keeping up, and it was something every month that was going on. I'm gonna have to find that calendar. That was crazy.
The recent thing that outraged is the trains that pulled down the top. At the they were doing Pride at the White House recently, and they showed their top. Yeah, it was kids there.
They had like surgery, so they had real boobs.
I was like, and they was just like, oh, you know what? Was it real boobs or was it one of those breast plates? I'm not entirely sure, but they were just like, free the nip. I was like, there's a time and a place. And they had kids there.
Yeah.
That was not the time to free it. That was not the time or the place. So yeah, that's kind of like the outrage just kind of going on right now.
That's crazy.
That I've seen.
Oh, you remember the pandemic? Did you participate?
Wait, what's the pandemic?
With the pandemic, it was so many ways. You know, you get like unemployment, PPP.
I participated, but I just want to say I didn't get nearly with these people.
I wish I participated.
I wish I was going to say something. I had to think about it. I don't want to offend anybody, so let's just say I'm a little upset that I didn't get like these triple and double digits like these people got. I'm really upset by that.
Like, dang. It's really crazy.
I'm scared of jail, so.
Yeah, like, I'm too cute. My voice is like high pitched.
I wouldn't do good in jail.
I would be doing something every day to get put in the hole. Like, I would just have me by my fucking self. Please. I can't. Like,
I was in jail. Oh my God, one of my clients was like, hey, came in and she was threading brows. She said, we used to do that in jail. I'll be threading brows in jail. Be like, if you want to be my guard, I keep your brows on fleek. Still say on fleek. On fleek. Whatever. I'm going to keep your brows and your mustache down, okay?
That's gonna be so funny. Like, you gonna be like the girl, this, okay, yep, that's Esti Lexii.
Like, she little.
Cell block 3.
Like, am I windmill? Like,
that's gonna be so funny. We're gonna be brain hair, threading brows.
See, that's what I don't play with. I don't play with the 3 letters, the R and the S.
Did you do the ERC?
No, everybody keep talking about you have to have certain stuff for it. And you know, these companies be real spammy, like reaching out, and then these people that say you gotta pay like up front.
Oh, talking about the people that do it for you?
Yeah. Like, why we gotta do it up front? Don't normally people do that when if you have to charge is when you get the money?
Yeah, like, I don't even have this money.
it's
like you're not, the thing with the ERC, it's not instant and it's not like soon. It's months away. So girl, I done paid you like $150 and I'm not gonna see this for 6 months.
And it's no guarantee that I'm gonna get this money. Like, it's no guarantee that it's gonna be approved. Like, cause I'm pretty sure it has to go through like a system or something that lets you know, and then it has to be. And I didn't give you this money off top, and then if these people say you can't get this, then I didn't gave you.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, when you file your taxes, the same bar, like sent, accepted, approved, and then whatever the end thing say once you is actually cashed down to your bank account.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. But some people with the IRS, they haven't been getting that. People still ain't got their tax returns for this year.
I haven't.
Like, yeah.
And to be honest, they can take their time with mine.
Yeah.
Cause I owe. So they can take their time with mine. I ain't even mad at that one. But they haven't even did my ones from last year, but I think what they're gonna do is
combine.
They're gonna wait to this one get accepted, and then they're gonna be like, no, I owe you nothing because it's when I think that's what they're trying to do. Cause honey, when I say I owe, I ain't in a rush for them to take your time.
It's crazy. So I got on my This Is Hip Hop shirt. A lot of people be asking me about this shirt. But it's just got like a lot of iconic people that's like in hip hop way before the 2000s. But so who is your favorite female and male hip hop artist?
Male is Eminem. Female though. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Let me look at your shirt. I do like Mary J, but Mary J be when you're going through something. So it's like it's like I have a playlist of people of like what I'm in my feelings and stuff. Like I got some Ashanti for some rain on me days.
You like Queen Latifah?
I do, and MC Light.
I was just thinking of MC. I don't think it's no females on this shirt. I don't think so.
I see Lil Mama and Missy.
Oh. Missy do look like a man.
Wait. Have you seen her lately? She done lost a lot of weight.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Missy, where did I see her on? I think Lil Wayne was gifting her something. And when I was scrolling, I was like, who is this? She didn't even look like Missy Elliott. Like, it's transformation.
So, when you listen to music, what gets you prepared to go to work? And what relaxes you on your way from leaving work?
It's India Ari for me. And then
I like her.
She is a vibe. Like, when I'm doing, like, facials and stuff, it's either India Ari, Adele, or I just listen to Elevate. Lately, I've been heavy on Elevation Worship and Maverick City Music. Like, we be jamming. People come in and they be like, what's this song? Can I Shazam it, or can I Google what this is? But they play so much, I just be like, oh, this is Same God. Oh, this is this. Because I've been listening to it all day. But, yep, between Elevation Worship, Maverick City Music, and India Ari, that's probably what you're going to hear some of when you walk in.
So, what would be a tip that you could tell the old you when first starting?
A tip to tell the old me.
You got a chance to go back in the past and say one thing. That's it.
I probably would tell myself to be more consistent. Because if I was more, I think I would be further along than what I would be if I was more consistent back then.
Okay, so what would you tell a new person starting out, like how to manage their business, how to stay focused, and how to stay original?
Ooh, the last one. Oh, it's the last one for me. To stay focused, I think you should know what, like, your end goal, like, what are you working toward? Like, set you up a plan and have milestones, like, where you want to see yourself, and not just, like, crazy, you know, you hear everybody say, oh, what do you want to do in 5 years? What do you want to do in 10 years? And it's like, hey, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, like, break it down to, like, where it's daily and weekly milestones, and then build up to it. And it's okay if you don't know, like, what exactly your niche is or what you want to do. Try some of everything. And then just kind of focus on what you're doing and kind of create from that. And another thing I would say is travel. That's one thing that I like to do, is travel and go to different places. And then I go to, like, different spas when I'm out of the country and when I'm out of town and stuff, to see, like, what is my city not offering, or what can I bring to the city. That's how I stay, another way I stay original. And I don't just copy the people, I kind of make it my own, of like, how this can work. Like, I see what you're doing, let me see how I can take a variation of this to my city and see how I can rearrange it to create something that's not happening, or that's something that my city needs. Like the oxygen bar. I think I went to Vegas, and then I went to California first, and they had the oxygen bar, and we had been walking around. We were so tired, and so when we stopped at the little place and they did us the oxygen bar, it kind of gave us like a little upbeat and stuff, and I was like, this is nice. So I brought that in, and then now you can do an oxygen bar and then you only steam together. You can do an oxygen bar. I did have it where you can do the O2 and the foot baths, but you can do the O2 and the sauna, to just kind of take it and put your own spin on it, and just create from there.
I like that. That's good advice. Okay, so it was nice having you.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with?
You can follow me at Alexis Sherrill on Instagram and Facebook. Also, I'm going to have you on for my wellness talks with Lex. It's a wellness podcast that focuses not just on you know, the little cliches that people think you should be doing for self-care and wellness, like lighting a candle, taking your bubble bath. Like, it's more to that. And like, basically I bring people on to see like what do they do, or what's their form of wellness, or how do they take care of themselves daily and every day, especially like doing what we do. It would be nice to hear like from your perspective, because you have a lot, like like how do you decompress, and like what do you do, like what's your routine in the morning to get you started, like you said, what gets me started, like do you have like a ritual? That's kind of like what we go through, what we talk about, like is there certain foods that kind of bring it all together, and then like what do you do in between the people to just center yourself? So that's what we talk about on Wellness Talks with Lex. It is on Spotify, it's on Apple. It's on a few other little stations, pretty much on all streaming channels.
Okay then. Well, yeah, that's it for tonight's episode. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Bye.